Hi, I'm Chris Morris of Opening Spaces. Welcome back to the Good For You Report. Today, we're going to talk about psoas and psoas release. You may have heard about the psoas. The psoas is our deepest core muscle at the very depths of our abdomen, of our core. And it runs all the way from T12, which is our lowest rib, all the way through our abdomen. It intertwines with our hip fascia, which is called the iliacus, the myofascia of our hip, and then both of them entwine and embed on our lower leg, our lesser trochanter. So this is a big, wide span of area, and our psoas is often referred to as a hip flexor, but it works differently than that. It actually is more of a midline communicator, and its main function is it's a communicator, and it communicates midline, but it also communicates where we are in space. It communicates our location, our weight, and our sense of safety. So that's a big deal. What that means is it has a deep intertwining with our nervous system. So when we have trouble with our psoas, we could have back pain, we could have hip pain, we could have leg pain, and it could be thigh, it could go all the way down through our knee and our foot. It all is intertwined. And in order to release our psoas, it's interesting because it's a non-active experience. It's a letting go. It's a letting gravity release our psoas. So in releasing our psoas, we essentially have to do nothing and let things happen, which is not so easy for all of us. The biggest thing with this psoas release is you just want to make sure you're comfortable. So I'm going to give you the information about what to do, and then probably you want to turn this off and then just do it by yourself. Basically, all you're doing is laying on the ground on something very comfortable, but you want to be on a hard surface. So a hard surface with maybe a yoga mat or a blanket like this picture has. If your bed is very firm, you could do it on that, but you don't want to dip and sag down in any part of your body while you're doing this. You want that response of a firm ground, so your psoas drops, the internal structures drop, but your bones have stability. And so I get cushy with this. Now, for some people, laying on their back with their knees bent and feet on the floor like this picture is showing will not be comfortable, and that may hurt your back, it may hurt your hips, it may feel uncomfortable. So you guys would get extra cushy ground beneath you, and then you would do this phase 2 version, this legs up. I'm doing it up a wooden stool, but you could do it up a bed, up a chair. And the way I'm doing it here, I actually suggest you get more cushion to do it because you really want to be supported. And you would also do this second position if, when you laid on your back with your knees bent, feet on the ground, and feet about hips distance wide, if your legs dropped out or in, then you would go to this laying on your back, your legs up on something, propped up on something in this about 90-degree angle. I'm not quite a 90-degree angle in my setup. So when you get in your position, all you're going to do is stay anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes and just notice what happens. So it's not a close your eyes and go to sleep experience. It's actually a be with the sensations that are happening in your body experience. So you may want to keep your eyes open and just have a soft gaze. And what you may start to notice is different things happening in your core, in this area between your ribs and your legs. And you may notice this kind of softening or this melting feeling. You may notice this kind of tingling. You may notice energy move, so something may feel hot or cold. It might feel like things are rotating and moving. It can get really interesting how things unwind, and that is essentially what's happening, is your tissues are softening and unwinding, and it's with your nervous system too. So sensations can have a large range of possibilities. So your job is just to notice. And when we do this, what we do is we're allowing our nervous system to finish any kind of process, because if things are stuck or held or frozen, then processes are not happening through this section. Communication isn't happening, nutrition isn't happening, nerve impulses are not going through. So as you allow these spaces to unwind, to soften, to settle, then we're actually allowing our nervous system to mature. We're actually allowing it to come into real time to the place where we are now, and we're being present with what is happening. It seems very simple, but it's a very profound, and it can be a very helpful practice. I'd love to hear what your experience is with this. So that's phase 1, and you may want to stop there. If you want to go to phase 2, the suggestion is the one with your legs not up on something, because that's just a lot of moving around, and you might want to do that just at another time. So phase 2 is simply laying on your back, one knee bent. So for example, left knee bent, right leg straightened out, and then you would just let your right leg be soft and go wherever it wants to go. It can roll out. It probably won't roll in, but some of you might. And your stability is coming from your foot that's planted on the ground. So that's holding you in safety, but you don't want to push down too much, but you want to have enough support there. And so then this is a lower psoas release when one leg is extended, and then you can do the other leg in about the same amount of time. So again, we're using this natural effect of gravity, which is working with us all the time, to allow our deepest core communication muscle to soften, to settle, to mature, and to bring different experiences into our system, because our body will reset, and then we can have a little bit more refined movement, which is going to bring even more hydration. But just this settling is actually allowing our deepest core muscle to rehydrate, to mature, to settle. And as we do that, there's often fear and perhaps anger that can be held here. Those pieces get to mature. We may not have any experience with fear or anger in this psoas release, but it has the potential to release stuff that we don't even know is there. Okay, my friends, so that is the psoas release in the Good For You report today. I'm Chris Morris. This is Opening Spaces. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you next time. Bye.